Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik alayhi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah ya Rabbil Alameen that you've gathered us in this beautiful garden of paradise, inside and not outside in the wind and the rain and the darkness. Alhamdulillah, shukr ya Rab. We are informed in a holy hadith. Holy hadith sharif. Every hadith is holy, without doubt. That's the first thing. No such thing as our teachers taught us, no such thing as weak hadith. The one who never spoke from himself, how can any word that came from those lips be anything but more valuable in the sight of Allah than the entire creation? So there's no such thing as weak hadith. That's the first thing to understand. Every hadith sharif is holy. And one of the holy hadith sharif that Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam informs us of is towards the end of time, the Quran will be lifted. And the shuyukh and the ulama, they explain to us that yes, there's the physical lifting, without doubt, towards the end of times, when we're at the end of days. But in the beginning period of the end of times, or within the end of times, that also will happen in a different manifestation. And that manifestation is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take up His beloveds. The ones in whom hearts is the Quran, the ones who are walking, talking, living Quran. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removes those from the ummah, that's when we are the ones that are in loss. And verily, yesterday, the night before, was when one of those moments came upon us. And from one of the kutubs of this time, Kutub al-Mutasarrif, Master Mawlana Shaykh Hisham Kabbani, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose to take him back to himself. May Allah be pleased with them, raise their ranks, increase them from His endless mercy oceans, and grant them to be close to the ones, all those who they hold close in their hearts. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise the stations of all the Ahlul Bayt and grant them all to be from the Ahlul Qissa. Ameen. Allahumma ameen. So a few words of advice that we used to receive from Mawlana Shaykh Hisham when we were blessed, fortunate enough to be in their company. And like the brother was saying, the first advice that Mawlana taught us was the awliya of Allah. Well, the first thing is one step at a time. The ni'mah, the blessing of awliya Allah is that they take the harshness out and they give you the absolute fruit, the absolute sweetness. So when a newborn is born and we take the date and we chew upon it and we get to the absolute, we get past the skin and the hard bit and the skin and the inner bit, which is the absolute sweetness, that is what awliya Allah are giving. So, and they are always giving, without doubt. That's all they do, 24/7. And their way is the way of sabr, is the way of prophecy, because every prophet came to give nasiha, to give advice. They didn't give lectures, they didn't chastise people, they gave people advice. So the way of the awliya Allah is that nasiha, sabr, company advice. So Mawlana used to advise us that there's basically, when you distill it down, at one level, there's three types of awliya of Allah. Those that are known openly, everybody knows. Those that deny will always deny. But those that know, they know. These are the open awliya Allah. And then there are those awliya Allah that are hidden, veiled from everybody. They know they're awliya Allah, but they're the hidden ones, the ones that are veiled from people. And then the third category or class of awliya Allah are the ones that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has veiled from themselves and from everybody. So the ones that are unveiled, the ones that are open, that you know of, that you know about, Mawlana's advice was run to them. run to them, be with them, even for a moment. And the reality of that is they are always giving. I'll share with you a couple of moments in my life that I've witnessed from Mawlana Shaykh Hisham. So back in, whether they give physically, openly, or spiritually, the point is you don't know what you're getting. You might not even have that intention of wanting anything, but you're going to receive something without doubt. Whether it's physical, whether it's spiritual, in whichever way, shape or form, you're never going to be in loss. You're only going to be in a state of increase. So in 2014, I left Luton to go next door to Harpenden. And then in 2016, I was made redundant, bottom of the pile, and Mawlana came, so we went to do ziyarah. And my sister-in-law is Turkish, so we were 50, 60 people in front of Mawlana, and she was talking to him in Turkish, and they were having a conversation. So Mawlana is, they're Arab themselves, they're from Lebanon, so their mother tongue is Arabic, and their wife is the daughter of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim's, and their mother tongue is Turkish. So, mashallah, Mawlana would converse in Turkish as well. So they were having a chit-chat, and then she must have told him that he's out of work, Mawlana, and can you make dua for him? So we sat in front of Mawlana, and Mawlana put their hand on my head, and the first thing they said was, "You don't eat." Immediately. One touch, straight away, they know my reality without even looking, without even knowing. They're telling me, you don't eat. So they know you better than you know yourself, without doubt. That's the first thing that I witnessed. And they made dua. And then from that day, alhamdulillah, man, something else has happened. It's gone into another gear, alhamdulillah, subhanallah. So that's the when they just raise their hands, when they just ask from their heart. That's one thing. And then the other time that I witnessed, subhanallah, the blessings of just being in their presence, the presence of awliya Allah. When Mawlana Shaykh Nazim passed, Qaddasa Rasiru, I think they passed on a Wednesday. We got a flight the next day on a Thursday, and we ended up in Cyprus on the Thursday evening by the time we got there. And then on Jummah, at some point during the day, we've made it over to Mawlana Shaykh Hisham's house, and must be 150, 200 people sat on the floor in their house. And Mawlana's talking, and they're describing the janazah, the burial, subhanallah, how when they climbed into the grave to lower the body of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, how one of the miracles, how in their own words, they were saying that Mawlana Shaykh Nazim was short. They were short, they weren't particularly tall. And subhanallah, when they were lowering them into the grave, how the grave expanded. And Mawlana was, subhanallah, the grave just expanded. This is Mawlana Shaykh Hisham's words. So they're describing this event of the previous day, the janazah, and then they stand up and they walk into the kitchen, and they come back with a silver platter, big silver tray with some glasses on it. And they say, everybody take one sip and pass it on. One sip, pass it on. 150, 200 people, everybody has one sip of water. When everybody's finished, they say that this was the water that was used for the ghusl of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. Everybody's had one sip. Alhamdulillah. So what was our intention when we went? What was our intention when we were sat in Mawlana's house? No intentions. Just lost sheep. Lost sheep when the shepherd disappears, is nowhere to be found, what's the state of the sheep? We're lost ones. And subhanAllah, that's the heaviness that we're feeling today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them and grant them more and more from His endless mercy oceans. Ameen, Allahumma ameen.